So creative stylist Melissa Del Cruz. De Cruz. I do say Del. So
you do.
Okay, sorry. Melissa Del Cruz. Tell us a little bit about yourself. De Cruz. Did I say it again? De Cruz. Hi Mel, how are you today?
Good, thanks Marie. How are you?
I'm really well. We're introducing today LUXE by Navarra.
Yes.
A long time in the making.
Absolutely,
lots
very
of conversations,
exciting.
Lots of meetings, and I think we've got it right to launch. So we're really excited.
Yes, so are we.
So LUXE is our bespoke styling and planning services now offered by Navarra and Melissa De Cruz. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Mel.
Okay, so I've been in the industry for 30 years, doing what I love most, and that is arranging flowers, creating beauty for our couples, planning and styling, bringing our couples' visions to life.
Beautiful.
So I love it.
So anyone from the classic bride to the vintage bride to the modern bride.
Yes.
Tell us your favourite wedding.
My favourite wedding
style.
Favourite wedding style is actually LUXE. So lucky that we're called LUXE. And I love that really beautiful classical grand look. I think it's timeless, and I would say that that would be my favourite. So ceiling installations, chandeliers, beautifully matched with charger plates. I love, staircases and
all the layers.
Yeah, absolutely. So starting from wherever the couple enter into the room and their guests, making it an experience for them. Beautiful. Right from the start.
And we're also offering the different services, which is good to know. I think for every bride of today that just is time poor, probably a little bit confused and doesn't know where to start. I think this planning service is perfect for them, so they can actually start with their engagement parties or their bridal bouquets, church styling, home styling is a thing. Can you explain that a little bit?
Absolutely. So part of our service, and there are going to be many different levels of service in the actual brand for LUXE, from the simple thing that you need, to the most detailed part of your wedding. So it depends on the level of service that you require from us. So, you can come to us with a little bit of inspiration and you just want us to, look after your florals and candelabras and, other little details. Or you can go for a full styling package, and that means that you would have somebody there. Like the honest truth is, nobody really has a lot of time at the moment to focus on planning weddings, and it's big pressure for couples. So,
absolutely.
We're here to take that pressure off our couples.
So I think it's good for the clients to know too that LUXE doesn't have to be like huge and grand. LUXE can mean anything to a client. But what we wanted to let everyone know, I think, is that this service is tailored and customised to each and every client. So really unique.
Yes.
Conversations about what they want to see and how you can bring their vision to life. I think a lot of brides are inspired by Instagram and sort of don't know where to start. And I think talking to an experienced team and yourself, they'll be able to, start somewhere and you will bring their vision to life. So
that's right.
We've got all the different styles. I've seen some beautiful bespoke things that you've done lately, beautiful styles and rooms that have been completely transformed. Bridal bouquets that are just stunning.
Yes.
I've seen home styling in photography, not being there, but beautiful home styling that just gives everything a little bit of a pop, but also tells a story, which is really beautiful.
That's
and even
right.
pre-events. So we're talking about kitchen teas have become a real statement piece now for the weddings.
Have.
And that's beautiful. So you can actually talk to them about their whole story and come together. That could be part of the whole LUXE.
That's right.
LUXE story.
Yeah, definitely making it a story and an experience for your guests as well.
Absolutely.
So if we're with you for that whole journey, the end product is just beautiful as you look back and you look at your bridal shower, your engagement party even. It just brings that vision together.
And being women in business, so we've been in the business for a long time. I know that you've had, 30 years experience? I
Yes.
think you told me a story. So
Yes.
how old were you when you started in the business?
I was 14 when I started.
How cute.
so-
Tell us about the Melissa of that day.
Oh wow, very different. I was very young and innocent, and
Beautiful.
I just did have a passion for working with flowers. But I've also had, a heart for people as well. So it's not just about creating florals, it's about building an experience for our client and making that experience as pressure free and enjoyable for them. So
Absolutely.
I guess in the time of my, since I've started, I've experienced a lot of different things and a lot of different scenarios, and what we're going through at the moment, especially with COVID in the past year, I found that it has been very challenging for our couples, and there's a lot of added pressure. They've had to change the dates of their wedding, some people multiple times, and I'm finding, especially with what we are now offering, as in this partnership with Navarra,
Absolutely.
I feel that it will be so beneficial to so many people, because the couples we've been dealing with now have had to change every single vendor, and one of the packages that we're providing, if you want us to be there through the whole experience for you, we can actually get in touch with all of your vendors, make sure they're available for your next day, and honestly that is great for our couples to take that pressure off.
Absolutely. I think that's really, it's actually because you have got that experience, and you've got also a lot of suppliers and people that you deal with. You've got a good rapport in the industry. People know you. I've known you for a very long time. You've been a hard worker. You've always astounded me. You work weekends, nights. I know you're there on site at where you can at most of all of your events. You oversee them all with your team, and now you've expanded on your team, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And now we've seen some amazing work, and I'm just so excited that you've joined with us, and we've got this new brand for our clients. Mel, tell us about what inspires you. Where do you get your inspiration?
So I get my inspiration mainly from within, but it's really good to keep up with all the trends that are happening. I love getting on social media and looking on Instagram at all the beautiful overseas designers, seeing what they're doing with amazing weddings overseas in America, Lebanon. It's incredible, some of the work that they do. So I keep in touch with what's happening over there, because generally that does come here.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're so creative like that. I've personally seen you bring things to life, and I witnessed myself. There was an event that you had done. It was one of our country destinations, and you had done an event for us, and you were there, and you were opening up the petals, and it was beautiful. And I said, what is actually going on there? And you explained that actually is a technique that I hadn't even heard of.
Yeah, so that is flexing of the roses, so reflexing the petals to open them up and just give it a bit of texture, dimension. It fills the arrangement. That's right.
It's beautiful.
So we literally have a team of people in the warehouse just completely dedicated to reflexing roses.
Yeah, isn't that beautiful? But that is something that people don't see behind the scenes. How much work, how much dedication, how much planning, how much strategy needs to go out, especially when you've got maybe 3 or 4 events on a day. How do you plan it all? How do you make it all perfect for everything that you've discussed with that bride? How do you deliver?
So I'm extremely particular. That is one thing. So, I'm always looking at every single thing everybody's making, even though we have quite a large team, and they are all very capable. Absolutely. Wow. So amazing. I'm in the warehouse all the time, making sure everything's done, and they all know how fussy I am.
Beautiful.
Adding those, finishing touches when we do come into the room.
Beautiful.
So it's all part of the service, me being there, being on top of everything, and, the team knowing my expectations.
Yeah, well, that's
you've got to make it right for the couple. You want them to walk in that room and have that moment of, oh my goodness, this is exactly what I wanted. Actually, it's exceeded my expectations.
Yeah,
that's what we want for our Navarra clients.
And it is all about moments, isn't it? Like
Absolutely.
when they come into the room, or when they walk into the church. I want to talk a little bit about home styling. That seems to be a big trend at the moment. I've seen some beautiful creations that you've done, even at the doorways, when they're coming out of their homes. I think that is just so special. Like that moment, the bride, she's leaving her home, and I've seen something incredible. Tell us a little bit about that. Where does that, how has that sort of developed now?
So that's become very, very popular. So we set up a few rooms in the home, especially the room where the bride's going to be getting ready to have those beautiful shots in her bedroom or wherever she's getting dressed in the house. Flowers coming down the stairs, and as I've mentioned before, I'm obsessed with, staircase installations. So I love creating special moments in the home that will be memorable as the bride is walking out of her home. And, also for the groom, it's not just for the bride.
That seems to be a thing now too for the grooms. I'm seeing some really lovely shots. So you style that yourselves too?
Yes, so we do. We'll go in there, do draping. Sometimes people don't have time to get their home ready for that. So we can go in there and absolutely transform your house with draping and florals, armchairs. We need to make the grooms feel important as well.
So we've thought of everything. I think through LUXE by Navarra, we've thought of everything. So we've got everything from the church to the bouquets to the home styling, which is the bride and the groom, the receptions, and also pre-events. So we're talking about engagements and bridal showers and telling a story. I love that idea. My daughter's getting married soon, and I love the idea that everything's going to tell a story.
Yes.
From the beginning to the end. So how do you plan that with the bride comes to you, or when the customer comes to you? How do you start putting that together?
So we have to get to know our client, and I think the most important thing is the two of us feeling extremely comfortable with each other.
And connected, I think, yes.
Absolutely.
That's very important. I hear that you make antipasto platters, is that true?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
we like to make you feel at home.
That's so lovely.
We invite you into our studio, and our studio is like our home because we do spend so many hours there with our couples and planning, and we want to make everybody feel comfortable and relaxed. So nice. We do, if I say so myself, put up a good antipasto platter.
Nice,
so everyone's comfortable, enjoying, and we just get to know each other and find out the style that the couples are envisioning for themselves, and then we take it and usually run with that.
It's so personal. Events are so personal. It doesn't matter if it's a wedding nature or a social nature. Let's talk about birthdays. How much is that expanded now? Like having a 30th or a 40th birthday, especially after 2 years of lockdown, people just want to celebrate.
That's right.
And they want it to be like a wow factor. And I think the service also, what you offer for them is the same thing. So if you're talking to them about their special milestone birthday, how beautiful is that?
It is.
Actually, I've seen amazing styling just based on a colour or something that connects with the client. I think that's beautiful
right.
too. Maybe explain that a little bit.
Yes, so we usually find something that is special and symbolic to the client, and we run with that. So I'm finding that the events may be even more intimate at the moment, and creating something spectacular around that just to make it that bit more special. People have missed out on celebrating their 21st birthday, and so it might be a 21 plus 1.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have to make that more exciting for people.
Us being in the events, we can see that all happening because a lot of people missed out. We had months and months of lockdown. So we are now celebrating exactly that, the plus ones of everything. So, and that's exciting too. I think people want to celebrate. We want to get back to normal. That's what events are about, celebrating with family and friends, and bringing it all together. And I think being in a beautifully styled, venue and room that sort of connects with the actual person celebrating, I think it just makes it even more special. And I love that you can create uniqueness with every event. I love that no two events are the same. I think that's really special. That's a quality that you have, and I think that's amazing. And you've got to just have so much creativity, and you source that from so many different inspirations, like you said. I think that's amazing. So I've witnessed that for myself, so that's beautiful. So
let's talk about that.
As we know, we're launching LUXE, and we're so excited about that. I think our clients are really going to be overwhelmed with what we can offer them. So tell us a little bit about what does that mean for the client. So when they contact you, what's their process?
So when they contact us, we will start off with a few questions about the type of style that they would like for their wedding, if they have a vision.
Are you conducting those appointments online at the moment because of lockdown?
Yes,
okay.
We certainly are. So we are conducting Zoom calls, or some people just would like a phone conversation. So whatever the client feels more comfortable with. We usually spend about half an hour to an hour with the client, depending on the complexity of their actual event. And it's exciting for us.
Yeah,
so,
excellent.
you know, we start to describe about the different type of levels of our service, because, you know, every client would receive, you know, a different level of service that they require. So starting off from the client just bringing inspiration to us, sending us, you know, an email with their pictures, or, you know, whether they want to talk about us taking over the styling and then us adding to their vision. And some people, you know, come and they're quite confused. So, you know, we have different levels of packages, up from, you know, just doing literally their floral arrangements to a full package of styling.
Excellent.
So we would be there to assist them from the start to the finish, and we would have, you know, myself, a representative of our team there all the way through. So from their house in the morning, making sure hair and makeup's going according to plan, making sure you get everybody out of the house, into the cars, off to the ceremony, and then back to the reception.
Isn't it, on such a quick day? You need to have everything on point. So I think that's a great service.
That's right.
So back to the styling, when they're actually talking, when you're talking to the client, you're actually just, you know, talking about what we have launched, which is a bespoke styling and planning service. So if they want something small and petite, you can manage that, and if it's something grand, you can manage that too. So there's nothing that we can't do.
That's right.
Part of Luxe, everyone
Absolutely.
is unique.
Everyone's unique. Everybody has a budget.
Absolutely.
We work with everybody's budget. We work with everybody's vision. Nothing is, you know, too small, and nothing is too grand.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's really good to hear. I think
so we can look after everybody.
Beautiful. So, all right. Well, thanks for coming in today, Mel. I think that's a really good, you know, a good chat about exactly what we're launching, and I think what we're looking forward to, which we had to postpone ourselves, which is a grand launch for LUXE by Navarra. And I think that's going to be really special, where we're going to invite all our beautiful brides to come in and actually see what this service is about. And if they want to engage, they can actually meet you in person and meet the team in person. And I think that's going to be, you know, a good send-off for the actual launch date.
That's right.
But we have to wait for lockdown to finish, which will be okay.
So that's going to be exciting. We're really looking forward to transforming. I can't give away too much, but we're really excited about the launch night.
Yes.
There'll be some giveaways, and, you know, it will just be great for everybody to come down and have a look and see what we can actually provide as a service.
For any bride and groom that sort of, at the moment, because of lockdown, for any events that, don't panic, like, you know, get in touch if you need a service and you just want to have a chat. I think it's important to let them know that we can do that.
That's right.
If you're having your event in November or December of this year and you're not organised, it's okay. Give us a call. With obviously the venue being organised, you need to sort of arrange the next layer. I think that's something that we welcome, and that you can actually take that on, and as long as we can operate, we can actually service them.
That's
so I think
right.
That's fantastic.
You know, we don't need a lot of notice for your event, and we understand what everybody's going through at the moment, and we have a big enough team, and, you know, they're quite experienced. A lot of our staff members have been with us for a very, very long time.
That's great to know.
So we're all ready to go.
Beautiful. Sounds good. Women in business.
Yes.
Thanks, Mel. All the best.